Alright, this is going to be a quick video about Bitcoin. So, the last video I made about Bitcoin was back when it was, back in August when it was like 2000, and I've not checked it like for the past half an hour. So right now it's anywhere between 9,000 and 13,000, I'd imagine. But yeah, I almost got into Bitcoin back when it was 50 cents. Very nearly put a grand down for it, but I chickened out. I didn't do it in the end. But I was very much following everything to do with it. Now I don't think that I missed out on being worth 20 million today, because as soon as that 50 cents would have hit $1, I'd have sold half, and I would have kept halving out all the way up, and I probably would have been almost completely out. I might have kept one Bitcoin for a laugh, but I'd have been completely out by about $5 US, I think. Yeah, one of the things that was interesting back then was like, I had a really shit computer, but I was looking into the mining thing, and one of the guys had a channel, and I was watching his stuff, and he had literally like 40,000 US dollars worth of dedicated mining equipment, like these hardcore server processor things, and all racked up downstairs, and he had like this big cooling system, and yeah, it had cost him about 40 grand, I think, and I can't remember how much it was costing him in electricity, but it was quite a lot. So yeah, I think it was, let's say like he forked out 50 grand at that point. And this was like when it was approaching 50 cents, and I said to him like, well look, you've clearly made X amount of money, right? You've covered your 50 grand. Why don't you sell like enough Bitcoins right now, just so you've covered your initial investment, and then like everything else after that's just like pure profit, and you can't get caught with your pants down. Now what happened is, like, that was proper shit advice, because what happened really soon after that was Bitcoin started to get like pretty serious, and obviously this guy would have been worth, even back then, just like a stupid amount of money, and he took his channel down, and he took like his videos down, obviously, and vanished. And like, I mean, this guy on one video, okay, he's showing around his like array of servers and shit, and he had them like being cooled down and all that kind of crap, and he was showing like the laptop like hooked up to it all, and he was literally knocking out a Bitcoin every 17 seconds. So just during this video, he's knocked out quite a few. I'd be really interested where that guy is now. Like, I mean, if he'd hung on even at all, he'd be like incredibly fucking rich. 3 Bitcoins every 17 seconds he was knocking out. Like, he'll have had a lot. Yeah, like, but one of the things about Bitcoin that's interesting, I was reading the other day, was that it's like, it uses the exchange, the mining, the blockchain, like it uses more electricity than the whole of Ireland now, every day, to keep this thing up and running. Like, that's a bit of a unforeseen side effect, really. Like, if you've got a currency that's using that much, I'm not sure how much electricity is used to process, like, say, the fiat system of currency we'll have around the world now, so I can't really compare it, but that's still an incredible amount of electricity for the environmentalists to get pissed off about. Yeah, there's something else I was going to say about Bitcoin. Yeah, so like, for me, I'm not really into it that much, but I kind of look at Bitcoin and all of the cryptos as kind of one thing. Okay, so it's like it's kind of like one asset or whatever, you know, like it's one class. And so although there's something like 160 billion in Bitcoin system or whatever it is, it's a lot more than that that's going to be in cryptos. And I'm just wondering, like, what's going to happen if it crashes. Okay, so if Bitcoin crashes, will it take everyone else out with it, all the other cryptos with it? Is there heaps of people who are leveraged to fuck on all of these cryptos? So what I'm saying is, could a crash in the cryptos literally cause like a worldwide meltdown? I'd be interested in people's comments below, because the way I see it could literally happen at any moment. Yeah, it'd be interesting to see. I'm starting to think like my last video that I made about Bitcoin, where I was saying it's kind of could be a prelude to the kind of global cyber currency, sort of one world cyber currency, like run by, you know, the big banks and stuff. Like it could be a rollout for it. And I was saying that the WannaCry hacking incident could have been like part of that, to sort of take down the sort of the free cryptos and then replace them. But I'm starting to think maybe that whole WannaCry hacking thing, like, other than being perhaps just a drill, maybe it was actually part of just pumping Bitcoin up, like that ultimate advertising. There's probably a lot of people that didn't know about Bitcoin before the WannaCry hack, and heard about it through that and then got into it. So maybe that was part of a big pump trick. I've said enough about fucking Bitcoin. Catch you later.